The Great Wall in 3D. The Great Wall in 3D. As you can see here, I have the Chinese version. I'll tell you, it's hard to get a copy of this today. I'll put a link in there if I can find one or where I got this. And you can pick it up if you want to. The Great Wall. All right, this is a 2016 release. A 1 hour and 43 minute movie, but it's actually at 1 hour and 30 minutes because of the credits at the end. There's 13 minutes of credits. This is a 2.39 to 1 aspect ratio, so you will get that letterbox, okay? But it's, you know, it's wide, but it's that letterbox. English Dolby is Atmos. It's 5.9 out of 10 on Internet Movie Database, 35% critics approval score on Rotten Tomatoes, 42% audience approval score on Rotten Tomatoes. Directed by Yimou Zhang. Okay, you know I'm going to mispronounce these names. He's one of the best directors over there in Chinese movies. Okay, he's a wonderful director. Starring Matt Damon as William. You've got Tian Jing as Commander Lin. She's an absolute beautiful actress in here, Chinese actress. Plays a great part. All the costumes that they wear, absolutely amazing. William Dafoe as Ballard. What do you know? There's William Dafoe. You know, just shows up there as Ballard. And Pedro Pascal as Tovar. You know him from Mandalorian. Great actor. Does a really, really good job here. Especially with some banter with Matt Damon. There was some humor in here, and the humor did hit. This is the most expensive Chinese film ever made at $135 million. However, it did lose $75 million, so kind of was a box office flop, so they would say. There was over 100 translators on the set. Matt Damon was in China for 6 months. He trained from, I don't know if he trained in Australia or from an Australian archer, but he did some archery training, things like that. So, and then they could not film this on the actual wall, wasn't allowed, so that's CGI. The colors of the mountains in here are real. Those are real mountains. This is mainly filmed in China. A lot of it's filmed in China. Most of it's filmed in China. A little bit's filmed in New Zealand. All right. So what do we got here? This came as a recommendation from one of my subs, Lowell, and he's been on me. So this goes out to you, Lowell. This review goes out to you. Why? Lowell's been on putting the bug in my ear. Let me put it that way. You got to see the 3D in this. You got to see the 3D in this. And I've been putting it off, so I'm finally doing it. Let's start with the 3D. The 3D is absolutely fantastic. It's amazing. It really is amazing. It's reference quality 3D, absolutely. I mean, you're going to get these fireballs. You just won't believe these fireballs. And then you're going to be following behind them in these smoke trails. You're going to get these smoke trails coming out of the room, just wiggling in your glasses as you're following these fireballs down. You're going to get this giant arrow that's launched out of these crossbows, these giant crossbows, and it's, you know, they follow that through the air. You get a lot of that. You get a lot of that stuff coming out of the screen, you know, passing by and coming out. The spears sticking out, some arrows sticking out, fireballs, flashes of fire. You're gonna get flashes of fire that's going to be sticking out of the screen. A lot of debris is going to come out. You're going to get debris coming out. You're going to get these monsters coming out. We're going to talk about the movie in a minute, but you're going to get these monsters coming out. You're going to get spears sticking out. It really is amazing, the 3D and the depths. And as always, I love the interior shots. I really do. I love the interior shots. But here also, the exterior shots are phenomenal, especially looking down. I mean, there's some scenes here where they're standing on this like precipice and they're looking down and you just see down forever in 3D. Absolutely amazing in 3D. 3D is wonderful, absolutely amazing. Let's talk about the film now. The film falls short for me, and it falls short in character development. Okay, this isn't a monster movie. This is actually a monster movie. I mean, it's a good action-packed, grab the popcorn, don't expect much Saturday movie and enjoy it. It's an enjoyable battle between these monsters and this amazing army. The army is absolutely amazing. The colors and the uniforms, it's incredible. And the way they march, the director did such a wonderful job. You've never seen an army like this at all. In fact, Pedro Pascal says to Matt Damon, have you ever seen an army like this in the movie? Absolutely amazing. The way it's portrayed is amazing. And and the plot just kind of, to me, it kind of drags on. The pacing was off, and the characters never developed. Matt Damon never developed for me. In fact, my favorite character was Tovar, Pedro Pascal. He's my favorite character. He tried to develop this character of, we're thieves, we got to get out of here, and he was starting to develop, but it just doesn't give it time to develop because of all the action. And the action is wonderful. The action's amazing. And the monsters they're like a CGI, of course, but by the millions. Okay, there's so many of them, they're like ants. And they actually have a queen. And they're really weird looking monsters. Their eyes are somewhere you never would think you would see them. And so there's a sci-fi ness to this. So if you're looking for a documentary on the wall, this isn't it. Okay, so there's that sci-fi, and there's also, I felt like sometimes I was watching like Jurassic Park, right? They got one of these creatures in the cages and an over-the-top shot, and they're all around it, right? So it's like Jurassic Park feel. Sometimes it felt like Battle for Helm's Deep. You had that feel going on. I mean, this movie is not ashamed to be what it was, and that's just an all-out battle fest with a magnificent army and some cool creatures. Now, also I want to say about on the 3D, there was some colors here where they go in this tower with these stained glass windows, and the colors are absolutely amazing on the 3D as well. So look, if you're in for a good time, for a good battle, something like that, and a lot of action, not much character development, but it is what it is, and it's not ashamed to be what it is. Okay, now for the 3D, one more time, you got to pick this up if you're a 3D collector. If you're collecting 3Ds, 3D Blu-rays, you got to pick this up. You got to make this part of your collection. I mean, it's a must-have, and it's getting hard to find. It's getting more and more expensive. So pick it up if you can. I'll put a link down there if I can find one. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give the movie 3.75 stars. I'm going to give the 3D 5 out of 5 stars. So what'd you think? Did you see it? Did you see it in 2D? Did you see it in 3D? How did you see it? What did you think? Leave some comments below. What did you think about the plot? What did you think about the 3D when you saw the 3D? Leave some comments below. Let me know. Hit that like and subscribe button. I got a lot more reviews coming out. I want you to stay safe. I want you to have a good night. And as always, God bless.